All right, everybody, thank you for attending this meeting. Today we're going to be discussing a lot of new things regarding Connect Roleplay, where it's going and where we like to see it in the future and much more. Um, so definitely thank you for being a part of this community and having interest in seeing some difference within the roleplay and seeing it expand better in the future. So let me explain what we've been doing. The last month, us as a staff team, we've been a little bit, uh, fair word to say would be distant, only because we've been visiting relatives, uh, doing our own holiday season type thing. People have been going out on vacation. They won't be back till January and much more. I too am one of these people. I have, you know, much like everybody in the staff team, we have our own lives. And I've been out on holiday. I still am on holiday, kind of, and I've been dealing with a lot of things. But starting tomorrow, you guys should see a whole difference after we go through this community meeting. Sorry, because there's a lot that we're changing, and it's definitely important that all of you guys know. So that's pretty much where we've been the last month. It's been server's been a little bit not the greatest stuff we've seen in a long time, but obviously we're all trying to improve on that and obviously make it better as we go by. So after the 10th, you should see some new heists coming in. We're always trying to improve the criminal world. There's already a lot of heists out there for those who do not know. Um, might be difficult to get to that point and figure out how to do whatever heist is what, but there are several out there for you guys to go and check out and figure out and find out whatever you got to do. New there's gonna be new things in general. I'm not gonna really spoil the surprise, but you'll be seeing, some of the things that isn't really a spoiler. You'll probably see some snow starting tomorrow, Christmas decorations. You're gonna see a couple new things. It's pretty exciting. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm trying to tell you guys as much as possible without telling you as much as possible. Um, Thankfully, due to our clothing developer, we're having a lot of our clothing that we have already in the server fixed. Um, that's going to be implemented, I believe, this month within the next week. So whenever you log into the server, we'll make an announcement about it. But when you log into the server, you might see that your clothing is all whacked out, or your hair is a different, whatever. You just gotta go and change that in the barber shop or the clothing shop or whatever it is. There's gonna be a lot of clothing and a lot of new additions to clothing, and these clothing fixes should improve the quality of the server, meaning you'll get less lag. We're gonna be doing the same thing with vehicles. Uh, every vehicle handling that's vanilla currently, other than imports, is having a change tomorrow. I think tomorrow or the day after. Uh, every every car out there now has new handling. It's much better than the one we currently have. It's improved and fixed a lot of our things. So it's something to be excited for, especially those who race, because not only are we adding new vehicles into the server, but the handling is just gonna yeah, it's something that everybody's just gonna have to get used to. But it's 100% more better than I'm better than what we have right now. Now, regarding forum changes, you guys are probably going to see the next day or two that the forums are going to probably be closed. Why they're going to be closed? Because we're going to be adding a lot of new changes that involve different roles. I'll get into it in the future. Um, so one of those changes are that reports are now going to be private. I know that's it's been something that the community has wanted for a while now. Uh, And unfortunately, we've come through circumstances where people would go and have a back and forth at each other. And as a staff team, we expect the community to not, you know, uh, the best way I could say is in any way be petty or engage at one another, whatever it may be. We kind of hoped that people would be a little bit more professional in regards to reports. Um, but we're all human at the end of the day, and everybody's gonna succumb to whatever emotions that they have, and that's kind of how it leads to the back and forth, and sometimes the whole uh, being not you're not respecting one another and all that. So they're gonna be private now on. We're gonna have a way of dealing with it. People that are whitelisted, they're gonna be able to submit the reports, and then we'll be handling each report through tickets and much more. It's something as staff that we'll be doing. Now, to continue this conversation, we are also having, starting tomorrow, the server, in order to promote activity within it, will be allow listing. There'll be whitelisting and allow listing. They'll allow listing will not be allowed to have certain jobs like, law enforcement or whatever whitelisting job there is out there. In order for them to have that job, they would have to definitely, they would have to go through the whitelisting process, and then they would have to go through the application process and the things that all of you guys are going through. So what's allow listing, you might be asking? Allow listing is basically they'll be able to join the Discord server. They'll have to go through our terms and agreements, basically, and they'll have to go over our rules and regulations, and then they'll have access to our server once they've done that. Ways that we prevent any people that are just coming in to not have quality role play are, well, the whitelisting and the allow listing process are two different things when it comes to reports. Allow listing, we only have a two-strike rule, and that two-strike rule is really, really, how can I say this? We're very strict on it. If, in any way or form, if you're an allow listed member and you have been in any way, let's say, breaking character, being upset, being like, hey, you're a W cop, or whatever it may be, uh, because you're upset, they're gonna be banned right away. Anything that breaks immersion is going to be banned from the community if they are allowed listed. The two-strike rule is, let's say, if it's a minor jump that seemed a little bit like unrealistic of a jump. I don't see us as a community banning someone over a jump. Although that'll be their first strike. Once the second strike comes in, whether it's a small thing or a big thing, they will be unfortunately banned from the community. Again, this is a different process from the whitelisting one, because whitelisting we go through points, and you know we do a little bit more. We're a little bit more lenient to the people that actually took their time to be whitelisted. So that is something to expect in the future. And that's the difference between the allow listing and the whitelisting. Because we're having these roles come in, and people that are joining the server and obviously go through our terms and agreements will be able to come in now, rather than, hey, submitting a whole character biography or whatever it may be. Um, they what we're gonna have are what we like to call helpers slash moderators. Um, we're gonna be increasing our staff team. Not only are we as a staff right now in general are going to be making sure that we are keeping up, a good community, making sure that the rules and regulations are followed, and that no one's role play immersions broken or any of that stuff. We're gonna have these helpers. So these helpers slash they might just be called moderators, but they're gonna have like a different role within the community. They're gonna be active within the server, so they'll be on all the time. They'll have a helper all around all the time. In order to, they're gonna be the ones to see a situation happen. They will not involve themselves in that role plays, and break any of the rules that happen then and there. But let's say somebody's coming in and all of a sudden they want to attack several members of the community for whatever reason, right? That's when the helper will come in and they'll basically boot them off the server. No if and or buts. They'll make sure that they're machine banned as well, meaning they can't just go on to a different Discord and try to come back in and try to get into the server and much more. Because a lot of you, if you guys don't know, machine ban is like it takes the like information from your computer overall and basically it bans you based on that and your IP. Um, Now we're excited to have that, and anybody that wants to apply for the helper role, we are going to be opening the staff application starting as of tomorrow. To add on to all of that, guys, tomorrow I believe we might have a maintenance period of a couple hours in order to introduce all of these new things into the server. Very excited to see that come in. Next thing, um, we don't have a lot of information on this as of yet, but we're currently right now in season one of Connect Roleplay. Now, when we first started Connect Roleplay, we started around January, February. I'd say towards the end of January, beginning of February. That's when we started developing for the server. So, what does that mean coming January, February? We're going to be starting season two. Season two, I do not have any information regarding season two yet, other than that's when we will be having a whole brand new server, a lot of new things, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new UIs. It's basically what we couldn't fix in season one is now going to be obviously fixed from season two. We learn from our mistakes. We make sure that we have an energy system, all these other things compared to when we first started. We've grown as a community, and it's awesome to see us continue to grow as we do. Now, season two, I don't know what the wipe, if there will be a wipe or if there will be anything at all. I genuinely don't know. These are questions that I can't answer, and these are concerns that shouldn't bother you much right now, because I genuinely don't know what we're gonna do for season two just as of yet. Um, but expect that season two is going to be happening. Start happening January or February. We're going to start development for season two as of around that time frame. So you'll see a little bit less development within the server right now. Because we're going to be focused on season two. We're going to have like a new phone and much more. We're going to improve quality of life in general within the server. It's a lot of stuff that I'm very, very excited to see. So that's something that's definitely optimistic and something to look forward to for everybody. Because we're just always going to keep adding new things. Like right now, we're adding a lot of new heists for season one. You can imagine what we'll do for season two because we're going to be increasing everything that we have now and improving on a lot more. So with that being said, these are kind of the updates that we have so far regarding what we're going to be doing. Now, I am going to be going over some of the questions that you guys have, although I don't know if anybody from law enforcement and or medical want to say something before we continue with our community meeting questions. If you do, you can go ahead and say that you do, and then we'll put you down on stage or just wave, and then okay, I guess so. Yeah, we do. All right, let me figure out how to do this wave thing. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. All right, guys. So we're gonna have Tyler Winters come up to speak right now. Assuming it's about law enforcement, you can go ahead and talk for now.
Can you get Beckett up here as well, if you don't mind?
Yeah, he would have to request to speak.
You raise your hand right now, Beckett. Yes, he's busy.
Okay.
Okay. First off, how's it going, everybody? Good to see y'all here. Uh, for those who know me, hi. For those who don't, my name's Tyler. For the most part, what I do here is oversee a lot of PD stuff, and I have for honestly since the server started. Joined with me right now is Beckett. He's honestly pretty much home G, second hand man who's running the BCSO and day to day as I overtake more of like an admin on top of it. Yeah, top G. I want to talk to you guys about a few things actually, real quick. I don't want to take up all the time, but I want to start off with just how PD's operating right now. A little bit ago, I put out a big forum post that pretty much detailed, and if you guys haven't read it, recommend it, but it pretty much detailed some of the ins and outs of PD. I feel like a major, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A major issue when it comes to most servers is that the PD is kept like top secret. People can't really see into it, nor do they know what we're really doing. And I'll be changing that up and be announcing things that we're going to be planning to doing, changing, and so on and so forth. Um, Another thing, I saw a little chat going back between a few people in the chitter chatter room about the W cop mentality. I answered it in that post, and the one thing I will say is that it's really a two-sided affair. When it comes to RP, we're both here to, or both sides, good, bad, neutral, whatever, are always here to form a story and to grow something. I think the yeah, I think the major issue is that people kind of look as police as a tool sometimes when it should be a person, and that can diminish RP a lot. As a criminal, you're always waiting for a cop or two to get on duty to rob a store, rob a house, beat somebody, kidnap somebody, whatever to get that drive. And I always felt as if it should be less about the mechanic and more about the person, and something that everybody needs to come together to understand. Because at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, I've been here since the server started. The PD winning is one of those things of. Oh, thank you for linking that, Vinny. The PD winning is one of those things of when we win, it's sometimes like a massive thing where everybody who's a cop in here will say, "Yeah, we have to pat ourselves on the back because we deal with a lot of stuff. We deal with a lot of people who just don't want to provide us A, good role play, B, just want to insult us, or C, drive into their $2 million sports car, get away, and not even talk to the person." It's always going to be a tango. It takes two. So I just want everybody to remember in here that don't look as a
Sorry.
cop as a mechanic. Look at it as a person who is here to do the same thing you are. The last thing I'll say before I pass it over to Beckett and put him in the spotlight is that Vinny did post the thread. If you have time, read over it. It details a lot of stuff. Um, and I'll be probably doing another one soon, depending on everything that goes on. But for right now, I'm going to pass it over to the man doing the day to day, which is Mr. William Buket.
Well, hi. Um, so I'm going to address the W Cop thing too. Um, it's not something that I, as the guy who's running the day-to-day operations, or I, as a member of high command, uh, I don't like it. I hate it. That's not what we're here for. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm not going to name names, but I'm going to tell you guys this now. I take it extremely serious when I get complaints, mostly in character, but sometimes out of character, about the way that some of the cops have been acting towards some of you and some of the criminals. It is bad enough when I have cops where I get complaints from criminals, but then it's even worse when I get complaints from other cops and other staff. I am taking that extremely serious, um, and it's something that I'm not going to let. happen, and I'm not going to let just fester, because that doesn't do anybody any good. Um, to go along with what Winter said about, you need cops around for you guys to be able to do things. I've pretty much been um, giving up most of my nights, and if nothing else, just sitting on the server to let people do things. And even when I do catch them red-handed and everything, just talk to them and let them go. Because right now that's what we need. PD is something I like. I'm a PD main, even though my best friends aren't. So it's something I give up a lot of time for. It's something that I'm going to continue to progress and hopefully make PD a lot better. With the one thing I will say too, um, to go along with what Nick or Ryan Page said, um, with the way the server is going to be soon, it you're not going to have to worry about people being handed a badge and a gun and being told, "Here's your keys to a charger. Go have fun." I'm not going to let people become cops like that. We are still going to be training people. We are still going to be making sure that they know what they are here to do and know that they are here to further your RP. I do want to say along the same lines that Tyler said, um, you know, it we in PD deal with a lot of negative interactions. We try our best, for most of us. We try our best to not let one interaction roll to another, but we're all human. You can only be, and fuck it, I'll say it. You can only be called a pussy, a bitch, a cunt, be told that somebody's going to fuck your mother, somebody's going to find out where your house is, before you just kind of, you know, let it bleed into the rest of your day. So if you can see, just like we have to read the room, if you can read the room and see that the cops are a bunch upset, maybe now's not the time to, poke fun or yoink them through cell walls or things like that, because we have to do the same thing. Um, and it's just the way it is. And we're going to do our best to stay ahead of that and not let that affect us. And all I can ask is that you guys do the same. And if we can all read the room, then the room gets read well.
And closing note, just two more things and I'll be done. Reminder to anybody who is PD in here, we're going to be having a quick meeting after this. Follow up. I also want to state too, just because I know some of you won't read that thread because it's a whole fucking college essay. Um, if at any point in time you have an issue with a cop, or if at any point in time a cop has an issue with a person, I urge you all just make a ticket or deal with it in character. Regardless, we have voice crack. Fuck off, Dustin. Uh, we have several ways. We like to keep a lot of stuff in character. So if there's an issue with somebody, make that police report in game. Keep it all there. And honestly, we're gonna. I've been here through thick and thin since the start, up since whatever. As long as we all work together to build something, I've said this to PD time and time again. As long as we all work together, we build something we want. Whereas we are what's going to drive the server.
I'm going to add one more thing.
Oh,
And
God, we're literally the military.
yeah, I know. I'm going to add one more thing, to piggyback off of what Jack Haggis just said. It's something I said when I became a captain and was running the day to day. If you've had bad interactions with cops months ago, weeks ago, whatever, I'm going to tell you now, most of those cops aren't here anymore. Most of them. So if you've had bad interactions with certain cops, give the new cops that are here or the cops that are still here a chance. It's the same way that, if you've had problems with certain people in other whitelisted jobs, chances are a lot of them aren't around anymore. So give the new people and give the people that are still here a chance. And I wasn't calling you out, Jack. I was just piggybacking off what you said about the changes. There are a lot of there is a lot of things that we get thrown at as PD of well, months ago PD fucked me over and stacked charges. Well, cool. The person who did it isn't even a part of the community anymore. So just give us a chance and let things play out. I know there's a lot of people who have characters who have problems with the current PD. Sweet. Let's keep it in character and keep smiling outside of character and giving each other, pats on the back for good back and forth. Um, but I wanted to bring that up because a lot of them aren't they're not around anymore. And most of the ones that were calling the shots aren't calling the shots anymore. So just give us a you know give us a chance.
And that wraps it up on our end.
All right. So now to add on to that, I just want to generalize something before I start answering questions. You guys, if you have questions, please go to community questions and write down your questions right now because I'll be going over them and then we'll try and answer as many questions as we can before we end the community meeting. So, to piggyback off everything that they have said, and I just want to generalize this. When you're role playing, typically think of who, what, where, when, and why, and how. Um, why do I say that? It's because, for example, let's say we've gotten something on, let's quote unquote a gaming laptop. I won't say much on what the gaming laptop is, but let's say you guys have that. How uh, you have to as the person that's getting caught doing something or somebody that's holding something, you have to start questioning. How do I know what that is? Where was it? Why do I know what it is, etc. And if you can't answer any of those questions, then you are probably and this I might be blunt saying this, you're probably metagaming. Obviously, figure everything out in character, okay? Because you don't know what it is or how what works or what does what until you actually go and either get told about what it does or experience it yourself. So remember who, what, where, when, and why, and how. Always remember that when you're role playing. Anything can happen. I always think of role play as an improv, but despite that being an improv, I kind of have as to whatever topic might come my way. I have the backstory as to what I may know. You know. I don't know if any medics wants to talk real quick.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit, Nick. Um, I won't take up too much time. Hey, everybody. This is Ashford Walker, Surgeon General in the city. I just want to let you all know, just like PD, we know you guys need us around. So the hospital staff has been having several meetings during this time. Some of you may have noticed a lot of hospital staff's been around this week. We are building some new things for season two. We are working on some things that are going to better your guys' medical RP and give you more options as far as your medical roleplay. Those are soon TM coming. But the medical staff has been discussing and talking, and come season two, you're going to see some changes with medical. You're going to see a more hospital, more medics. That way, you guys actually are able to do your medical role play. Understanding, it's been kind of slow, but a lot of us have been discussing. We're going to be in the cities. We're going to let you guys know when we're on duty. We'll be tweeting out. We'll be using the official Twitters to let you all know, hey, staff's on duty. So if you want to do your medical RP, we're going to be there. And we have some pretty interesting things that we've been discussing and working on. So you'll start seeing those trickle in as time goes by. But we know that it's frustrating, when you're downed and you kind of have to wait a timer. So just know some of the hospital staff, we are going to be during this time out in the streets if we have to be to help you guys augment your medical RP. Some of us have been riding around trying to make sure you guys are taken care of. We can't get to everyone, so give us time, especially if it starts getting very busy. But you're going to start seeing a lot more of the medical side, and you're going to see some cool things in RP coming down. So a lot of it's going to be find out in character of what we're doing for you all, but we want to make sure that we're there for you to augment your RP. The only thing, as we always ask, give us what we give you. If you don't know, if you have a question on how to play something, if you have a question on, hey, maybe I want to put my character in a coma or an ICU, how would I go best about that? You have free range to DM me or one of the other medics. Ask us how you can do that to better your RP. But we're here for you, and you're going to see some pretty cool stuff. And just I'm excited for the new RP that we're going to be giving you all. Applications are open also for both sides, hospital and EMS. So if you want to join us, put in an application. That way we can take a look at it. And that's pretty much it. Looking forward to season 2.
All right. So, to answer some of these questions, when's the time the restart is happening tomorrow? It's gonna be happening a little bit before 8 o'clock. It might be a couple hours before 8, which is our one of our times that we have a restart. So, uh, definitely excited for all the new things that we're gonna be adding. Um, to tap on to to add on to everything that we've spoken about, guys, we as a staff team are here for the community, and we're here for those that actually are around and sticking around and just been supporting us nonstop. Uh, a lot of these new changes should promote activity and much more, but we definitely want to thank the people that just been around. You know, the guys have been definitely helping us out, and you've been trying to make sure that the community is as best as it can be, and that I can tell you that that is extremely awesome to see, and something that I definitely respect and I'm very thankful for. So again, we're trying really really hard for everybody in the staff team, and I mean, well, we're trying hard for everybody in the community. The staff team is, and that again, I can just say that you guys are awesome, and really I am thankful. And if anybody else tells you otherwise, trust me, I'll be the first person to say that all of you guys, no matter how different you are, amazing people. Now, what about some of the bug fixes? Have they been addressed and stuff? Yes, they have actually. You'll see that some of our administrators have been responding to some of the bug reports that people have been posting on forums and on tickets as well. So those have been our main priority, and our developers are working really, really hard to make sure that they are fixed as soon as possible. Especially before we ever go into season 2, we want to make sure everything's fixed in general, so so we don't have to deal with it in season 2. Um, Definitely come on to talk now. As for the class 2's when it's out there, find out in character. That's all I gotta say. Maybe do a heist. Um, when will season 2 start? I cannot give that. I won't give you guys a full information on that. But development for it starts as of January and February. Now, we're gonna give Ruckus Thompson the floor, and she's gonna go over a lot of the things that well, she's gonna go over a lot of stuff.
Hi. Holy crap, there's a lot of you. So hi, I'm Ruxy, also known as Ruckus, and I'm the local clothing degen for Connect RP. Um, so primary thing that I just wanted to bring up, um, I've heard a lot of y'all talking about clothing. I've heard or seen on the forums a lot of y'all's requests. Finally cracking down into them. Um, criminals getting some stuff, civilians getting some stuff. Everybody's gonna um, get new updates to their clothing lineup and everything that they've got available to them. If you've got anything that you just want to see added, or you've got something that you want me to see if it's possible for me to make, absolutely pop it on the forums. I know there's a couple of businesses out there that were looking for uniforms. I'm totally down to see what I can do about it. But my primary thing is like if you want something added or you want to see something made specifically for your business or your gang or your organization, just pop it on the forums. I'll see what I can do. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to make things for you. It just comes down to I need to know. Um like they mentioned earlier, please expect that with the coming update to clothing, there's going to be some stuff missing. There might be fan favorites. I know for a fact that one of my favorite items to wear in game, I unfortunately had to remove. And it's just because it comes down to a quality thing. There's going to be things removed, there's going to be things added, but the biggest thing is a lot of your clothing is going to be all mixed up because I had to recompile a bunch of stuff. Um, that's honestly basically all I just wanted to say was let me know if you want anything. Please put it on the forums. Please don't reach out in DMs. I've had a couple of people reach out in DMs. I don't think any flannels are removed, Beckett. I think you're safe there, but I can absolutely verify that for you. But I've had a couple of people reach out in DMs. Please don't reach out in DMs. Pop it on the forums. My DMs are swamped. I'm not gonna get to it. Please don't DM me. But yeah, I apologize if any of your fan favorites are gone. I apologize for your stuff being all mixed up, Tyler. I apologize for anything that's all mixed up, and yeah, I'll see what I can do for you guys in the future.
Hey, clothing dev, so they can hear it at the horse's mouth. When do they expect to see the new clothing drop and all that stuff?
So the remastered clothing that we've already had should be pushing out in the next couple of days. And then new additions, I should have a pack ready to go by like next-ish week.
All right, community, you heard it here.
And if I don't get it by next week, flame me in Gen Chat.
So there's that, guys. Like I said, you'll be seeing a lot of new additions happen very soon. Let me continue going over the questions that we have here. Thank you, Ruckus, for letting everybody know. And thank you for being an awesome member of the community. Thomas, all right, big thing I remember someone wanted to ask is about health. For example, people with certain drugs can take upwards to 2 mag drops a drop. Um, so that's I get again. I want you guys to find this out in character, but yes, certain drugs do give people like certain traits. That's all I can say about them. If that's what you mean. Um, so yeah, there's that. Can we fix the music app on the phone? That's actually coming up with our new update right now. So you'll see that tomorrow. That's gonna be fixed. But to give everybody a little bit of, you know, insight, we are not going to be using the same phone anymore as of season 2. I'll let you guys, there's a lot of reasons for that, but I'm happy to get the new phones that we're gonna get in, and they're awesome, Zach. So I'm excited for them. Any other questions? What channel do we talk about clothing? You're welcome to ask about clothing in here, but in the forums. There's a section on the forums for you guys to make clothing requests, and our clothing developer always goes through them and make sure that they check out whatever might be happening. Now, if any of you guys have any further questions, we're going to probably be ending the whole thing soon. Otherwise, keep these questions coming in because I want to answer any of your concerns like right away. If you have any personal opinions, concerns, questions, you put them in. Can we get a mayor that actually shows up? Yes. Kenny Key. Everybody, that's your mayor. Fake plates when? That's probably going to be thrown into the new update, I think. I know last time that I was talking to my development team, we had fake plates, and they might just be throwing us little hints right now. Will people not oil listed be able to own a business? No. No, that is not something that will be allowing. They'll be allowed to work under somebody. Oh my God, my voice cracked. They'll be allowed. People will be allowed to work under somebody that owns a business. Anybody will, but they will not be able to. Well, they just won't be able to own a business themselves until they actually go through the whitelisting process. So you won't see random people just come in and out and owning a business and stuff like that. There is a process to owning a business, and everybody has to go through it. Through the whitelisting process in order to do so. Anybody else have any questions, concerns? I am being pinged at a different channel. Why is that? So again, guys, we're adding a lot of new stuff. Oh, again, guys, we're adding a lot of new stuff. You're able to your own injuries. Give me a second. My small brain has to figure out what that word means, buddy.
Triage, like do.
Basically, he's saying in some servers, civilians are able to treat their own injuries.
Oh, yes.
So yeah.
In the future, we do have different we do have different things for you guys to go into and like treat yourself and different ways, but majority of the time you'll have medical, staff around. But yeah, like first aid kits and stuff like that, you'll have civilians be able to get into, especially criminals and much more. Something for them to look forward to in the future, including the fact that just in case you can't come up with on the fly on how you want your medical roleplay to go, we're also gonna have a system that's as I've seen in a couple as I've seen around, we're gonna have a system where it tells you where you're actually injured and stuff like that. I think it's around now, but I could be 100% wrong. Is there any new imports and stuff coming in? Yes, there are a lot of new cars that are coming in. As I said, everybody, tomorrow the vehicle handling for the vanilla vehicles, anything that's not an import, has completely changed. Meaning you're gonna see a whole new different car handling. It is much nicer and much better than what we have currently. And imports are currently being worked on, so they're working on the handling for that before they add anything else. Are all the things needed for Heist and City, or no, no, everything in the server will be in the server. So all the heist and you need to get this, you need to get that. It's not, oh, I have to wait for somebody to come and grab that. No, it's in the server. Uh, And you know what? I'll give everybody a little bit of a hint. Make sure you're really good at crafting. Okay? That's the best thing I can say about that. It's handling, speed, acceleration, everything. It's a full rework. Meaning there's a whole different change to everything. The class systems are supposed to be where they're at. And it's something that, again, I'm very excited for everybody to check out, especially the racing community. You guys are gonna be like, whoa, checking out every different car that's out there. Any other questions? Does that mean there's a gas rework too? I don't think any handling has anything to do related to gas currently right now. We do have a gas script. I don't know if you guys seen the realistic gas script that we have currently. I do know that depends on the type of car you have and how fast you go. So if you have a super expensive car, you're probably gonna run out of gas more often, going 100 something miles per hour. So than you would someone driving, let's say, was driving probably like 60, whatever. I think that's the difference, but I could be wrong. Uh, but I think I'm right. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Yeah. It is a gas. The gas script is a whole different script itself, and we would have to change that up in order to change whatever vehicles are probably running out of gas. Now, if everybody agrees that you guys are running out of gas quickly, that is something that we can check into before we start the new update tomorrow to make a quick patch fix for that. But it's something that the community can agree on. Sorry for the coughing, guys. No, if you guys in the community feel like we should add more guys, trust me. So just to add on to everything that I gotta say, when staff are coming up with things and all that, we like to involve the community for whatever decisions we make, unless it's a really like server changing decision that just the administrator or the staff team needs to talk on. But a lot of these changes can be made by you guys, so we gotta just go off the flow of what you guys want for the server. And if you guys want more gas in your cars, then you can all definitely, make a general discussion post or something, and say, hey, we all want it, and we'll put it in. Corner selling mechanic. Is it needing to be worked on, or is it intended we lose drugs when robbed? Yes. Sometimes you'll get robbed and they'll try to steal it from you, and you gotta beat them up and you gotta pick it up from their bodies. You'll have to third eye them in order to actually do that. For those who don't know, but yes, it's intended to be robbed. If they eat it, that is something that we have to look into. But it is supposed to be robbed. Oh, you're not supposed to stop corner selling. If you guys are corner selling, you're not supposed to stop the action. But if you guys are getting robbed a lot, we'll definitely check that out and we'll get that fixed. So I'll add that into the patch fix. Again, these are all quick patch fixes that we could probably do for you guys. So it's something to definitely look into. We have a wonderful head developer, and they'll be able to look into that and check it out. Again, I won't be able to make promises before the 8 p.m. restart because I'm not the one that's developing. I do help out, but they're the ones that are developing and checking out any of these issues. Um, but definitely we'll look into that if it's been getting stolen, actually taken and getting eaten up. But uh, but yeah, from what I'm seeing, we can probably do tomorrow. Charges charges run of fuel super uh chargers? Are you talking about I don't know what that question is. Corner selling mechanic, is it needed to be I think I answered that. Uh question Player owned businesses getting their own map icons. Yeah, we can definitely do that. It's fairly easy to do. So if you have a business and you need to get a map icon, then we can definitely add one in for you in the future. At 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, guys, we're gonna be ending the whole meeting, but keep letting them in so I can answer them as quick as possible for you guys, so we can get this you know fairly done and get you guys situated, get you guys a little bit of some inside knowledge for you guys. Again, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask about stuff that you probably shouldn't know. Probably let you know anyways. Am I keeping track of what I'm agreeing to? Yes. Fortunately, we have an administrator that's listening right now, and we go back onto what we're looking at. This channel isn't gonna be gone, you know, until tomorrow. So, any future plans of introducing NPC that would give items that would normally be given by an admin gaming laptop? Yes, actually. Like I said, a lot of these stuff, any of these stuff for these heists or let's say car boosting, for example, these are items that you'll be able to find in the server and or craft, um, and basically make yourself. You won't have to rely on any staff member to give you anything. The only thing staff members are gonna be there for is kicking anybody that's breaking the rules and just making sure that the community is running smoothly. So like again, if it's anything, any questions pertaining to how to get something, it's in the server. Where the staff is not involved in any of that. We were involved in that in the beginning of when the season one started, but that's because we were fixing so many different things, guys. But by now, it's we don't do any of that anymore at all. It was just something for like 1 month at the beginning of the start of the server. House plans with the flooding. We're hoping to fix that. I know that some of the areas that have flooding are just because, well, the ocean might be underneath them or something of that sorts, and it makes it impossible for us to actually put it in without there being water, or it might be like a pool that's close by, which sucks. But well, we can definitely try and figure out a fix for that. And guys, we got 5 more minutes. If you guys have a lot of questions, bring them in. Okay. Is it possible to say something that's Vinny RP related whenever, if ever? Yeah, dude, ask your questions. Snowfall tomorrow. You guys are gonna see that in the 8 p.m. storm. When the new update comes in, you'll be able to grab snowballs with clicking E and much more. I'm very excited. So you'll be able to pelt people with snowballs all day if you want to. Have a snowball fight. And well, how long will it last? Until the end of December. You'll also have some other cool items that you guys should definitely check out in the future. It's gonna be little neat things like scavenger hunts, much more. Is it possible for the race harnesses not to be by uses? What do you mean by that? Is it you use one and suddenly it vanishes? Because it shouldn't be that way. Oh, yes, that's intentional. So it wears off over time. It's like you can't just have one harness and then have the harness forever, that one harness forever. Uh, you guys have a harness in real life, you'll notice that over time it'll wear and tear and all that other stuff. But in the game version, I mean, it doesn't wear and tear for a couple of years and stuff like that. But uh, in a game sense, I guess it's after a certain amount of uses instead of time. Otherwise, we'd have to make a decaying system for that alone. Which I mean, if you guys want that to happen, we'll do that. Yeah, there we go. We got the developer already answered the question. Then it's gonna be decaying instead of how many times you use it. Right now, it's currently how many times you use. But when they fix the decaying issue, like food, making food decay and much more, I guess that's part of the harnesses are part of that equation. Food decay, is that coming back? Yep, it's something that our head developer has been working on for a little while now. And they've been, slowly making sure. You gotta understand there's like several items in the server that we have to go through uh, to make sure that they're actually decaying and all that other stuff. So, for those who are wondering what we do, as our process for development is we go through a dev server and then we add it into the live server. So we just don't add everything to the live server unless we need to do a quick patch fix, like really, really quick. All right, guys, we're gonna answer a couple more questions, and then we're gonna be into the meeting. Can my damn No, I don't know. We're gonna be adding things like katanas and stuff, so I mean that's something to be excited. With food decay, would items like body armor and weapons be able to decay as well, like rust or something? Yes, probably. 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 I'm not gonna say yes. probably. Because I have noticed that in the past, people were getting a little upset that their weapons were decaying. And I can imagine that anybody that gets a class 2 off whatever heist, link link, figure it out, would be a little bit upset of losing their weapon as well after a certain amount of time. Again, roleplay is not about what items you have, but if you're working hard towards something, I don't want to have you guys lose it right away, you know? Alright, so, any other questions? Will there be a massive delay on water decay? I mean, you boil water and after 5 days you couldn't use it anymore. The water doesn't go bad normally in real life unless something, you know, makes it toxic or something. Unless I could be wrong. I don't really, I'm not a water expert, but I don't think water would be having any form of decay, okay, guys? Oh wow, look, I learned something. I learned plastic decays into water over time. I didn't know that. All right, any other questions? All right, if we have no further questions, everyone, I want to literally thank the people that have been here constantly and have been getting on, even in this during the slow period. The reason we're starting this allow listing process to make sure that even during this slow period, within the holidays, we have people coming in, providing some role play, and then we're gonna have the new helpers as well. Make sure that people are providing quality role play for people. So, again, you guys are awesome for the ones that have been coming on, showing support, and still supporting us through no matter what. And I can't thank you enough. Um, you guys are what make Connect Role. You guys are what Connect Role Play is. You guys make it what it is. So you know, the more we stick together, the more we make sure that the community is better. Uh, the the reward is gonna show over time for everybody, and I'm excited to walk this path with every one of you guys. So thank you for being around, sticking around, and thank you for helping us for as long as you have. And I'm excited for season 2. More information will be given on season 2 in the future. We'll have another meeting a little bit down the line. I'm thinking around the end of January we're gonna have another meeting where we're gonna be discussing what season 2 is gonna be happening. And we're gonna be having community polls as well, discussing what we should and shouldn't add onto season 2 and what changes we should make that the community is kind of like, want to agree on. Guys, no matter how slow or how active the server is, we're always going to be here and working on it and making sure that we provide, you know, as much content and quality role play and do as much as we can for you guys. We just ask you do us, you return the favor and you guys have, and you guys have been awesome, man. So I couldn't ask for a better community. This is my first time ever having started a community on 5M, and I don't regret it. You guys, I met some very awesome people, and I'm excited to see where we all flourish from here and progress. So, everybody, have a wonderful night. Again, tomorrow the server will be down for a couple hours, and let's do this. We got this, guys. All right. See you guys later.
On that note, all PD to the LEO channel, all PD to the LEO channel.
All right, guys, we're gonna be closing this.